An encounter with the truth rarely results in its acceptance. Humans aren't always an absorptive material for it. Even getting a little wrong can be disastrous when the error mingles with hubris. That small degree of error stretched out over time becomes a mountain of self-misdirection. The exercise of rectifying the anaclastic curve is akin to flattening a mountain by foot. There might be valleys of sober thinking, and vistas therein full of mirthful Abderian chorus, but a temporary abatement from error is no revelatory elucidation. It takes the gift of anabiotic faith fit to move the obstructing mountain of human will. I've noticed a trend of passive-aggressive history lessons on social media. We all fall short. In bridging divides, we need to carefully understand each other, watch the direction the deck is being built to figure out if it's going to meet in the middle or veer disjointed and run us into the river. In building bridges, we have to reflect on two questions. What kind of material is the suspension cable made of? And what are those cables suspended upon? Now, in the process of building bridges from opposite sides of an Acaronian river, if bridge building is even the reason we showed up at the river banks, we think the most effective means of communication is shouting. You have to shout your plans to the other side to be heard. The problem there is that in contending with the flushing torrents of the river, you're not rising above the current, but responding and acclimatizing to it. We must adopt sign language to hear beyond the current. The language of signs produces a better understanding because they are experienced profoundly. There is place for resonant semiotic acts that showcase a receptive heart pointing to the middle where bridge decks meet and the human spirit embraces. In the spirit of love, we find all the resources for bridge building. For all the left grind on about the racism of the West, so too should the right remind the left of unparalleled victories. Let them play their games. It's a zero-sum game for both sides in terms of problem solving today. Disharmony is so well ingrained and practiced. Its evidentiary material manifestation is a loose mask upon a dead face. Psyches circumvolute and are pierced by objective fixtures full of spinous bristles. Abhorring ideas from well-intentioned exploratory opinion are exchanged for contradicting facts from the acromegalic and indignant. At a time when people are so trigger-happy with rhetoric, I think it's important to make the connections, because once the dust settles, all the name-calling and violence will have accrued a debt of grievance man's pride won't pay.
Looking at him and I wanted him to wake up.
When she went to help him, that's when she says she was attacked.
In the 18th century, when Christendom's conscience couldn't suffer slavery any longer, Alexander Pope penned the words in his essay on criticism: "To err is human, to forgive divine." In previous pages he had written, "A little learning is a dangerous thing. Drink deep, or taste not, the Pyrean spring," which reminds us of those scriptures where Jesus says, "If you were blind, you would have no sin, but now you say we see, therefore your sin remains. So then, because you are lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will vomit you out of my mouth." In overcoming, we must forgive each other and ourselves all the circumstances and environments that have produced our divergent opinions, and with a heart of communion, really listen to one another and hope that there is a listening between all people, so that party lines might blur against a sharp and highly resolved foreground of shared human experiences. Communication can be good for cathartically purging emotional dross, but the quality of relationship between communicative agents is vitally important. God has left us in debt, and the debt is love. We cannot pay it. Neither has God legislated that we pay it. You cannot legislate love. And so the curative process, far removed from passive-aggressive history lessons, is the collective effort of us all manifesting God's kingdom. To that end, I'll read the following. If you get it, good, and if you don't but want to, check out the link in the description. Yeshua said, "If your leaders say to you the kingdom is in the sky, then the birds of the sky will get there before you. If they say it is in the sea, then the fish will get there before you. Rather, the kingdom is inside of you, and it is outside of you. When you come to know yourselves, then you will become known, and you will understand that it is you who are the sons of the living Father. But if you will not know yourselves, you dwell in poverty, and you are that poverty."